Hey guys, so Corsica coming up next. Bikingman, are you ready? Hopefully. I'll tell you a little bit about Corsica first. It's a 700k race, self-supported, with 13,000 meters of elevation. Yeah, meters. That's pretty crazy. So for someone like me that lives in Norfolk where it's really flat, it's going to be a lot of fun. I wanted to go through my setup because I've had a lot of questions about people asking what I'm going to be using. So, like in Bikingman oh man, I'm using my Linsky Sportive. So it's a titanium frame made by the guys over in the US at Linsky. I absolutely love it. It's done the one world record and so many trips. I've been using it for about 1.5 years now, and it's completely so much better than I ever thought a bike frame could ever be. It's just phenomenal. On top of that, I'm running a carbon Kinesis Tracer 1.54 disc, obviously, because in this kind of game I probably wouldn't, especially with that much climbing, wouldn't really recommend using rim brakes. I think discs are so much better. I know they're like, what, a couple hundred grams heavier, but it's really worth it because you've just got so much more stopping power there. On top of that, wheel-wise, I'm going to be using my Dura C40s again. So these wheels rock. They are carbon, so everyone kept saying to me, "Are you sure you want to be using carbon rims on races like this?" Yeah, because carbon's really bloody good now. Carbon's amazing, and you can't really get better than, like, reliability-wise than a Shimano product, full stop. So I went for the Dura C40s, they're disc, obviously. They're fantastic. I took them to Oman, I even took them on a heck of a lot of gravel. They took an absolute hammering, and they are as perfect as when they turned up in the box when I first ordered them. I'm using Ultegra R8000, love it. Yet again, you're probably going to think I'm crazy here. A 5236 in the front and an 1134 at the back. So long cage rear derailleur with the new Shimano Ultegra. Never forget you can run a 34 instead of a 32, and that's a big difference when you're in a big climb like that. It means that I can run that bigger front chainring, which is really cool. Tyre wise, these are WTB exposures. I really rate WTB. These aren't the tyres I'm going to be using. These are the ones I'm training on. I will actually be using WTB exposure 30s instead of 32s, which are on the bike at the minute. So the 32s, you can see, have a little knobbly side here. So they're made for a bit more mixed terrain. The 30s here, you can see, are nice and slick. These are great tyres, and you know what the best thing about them is? They're tubeless, so you can run them without tubes in. You're going to stop getting them punctures. So I normally don't get many punctures because I use decent tyres, but the last time you want one is when you've run out of food and water, you're tired, you're hungry, and it's 3 in the morning and it's pitch black. So run tubeless. It's just so much easier. You can even save weight by taking so much less with you. Like, you'd have to take as many inner tubes. Faith in tubeless WTBs, they absolutely rock. On top of that, I'm using Pro kit here, Pro finishing kit. The only thing I will be changing on the front of the Pro kit is, instead of going for the round bars at the top here, I'm using the Pro Ergo. So these are an old set I've had for quite a long time, and these have flat tops. So as you can see, I'm not running tri-bars. I'm just going to have flat top bars instead, because I can't see myself spending much time down here in this race because it is just so undulating. So for me, I'd rather save the weight of not having tri-bars and just use some nice flat top Pro Ergo bars, aluminium. They're absolutely fantastic bars. I used them the whole of last year. The only reason why I changed was to literally space my aero bars out a little bit more. Lighting wise, so many people say to me, "You're not running a dyno." No, I don't run a dyno. I'm just never really been a dyno fan. I don't really see I can understand why people do, but for me, I can carry enough power banks to last me 2 or 3 days, and I just find a place to charge them. If you use small power banks, they'll last a lot longer. I'll go into a longer video about how power banks works better for me than a dyno, but for the minute, as you can see, I'm running battery light. So this is a Volt 800, this is a Cat Eye product, very good. I've run it for a very long time. You can buy spare batteries for this that can charge your phone also, which make a very big difference, and then the power banks can charge them as well. So I'm running, the Volt 800 Cat Eye on the front. I'm running a little Lazine light on the back there, and I normally take a spare there, because if your front light turns off and runs out of battery, you know about it. If your rear doesn't, you know, a car doesn't know about it either. So it's always worth having 2 on the back. The setup as well, what's really cool is I'm using the Ortlieb This is just the little frame bag. I'm not taking anything else rather but on that. I'm not going to tell you what's in it yet. That's going to wait for another video as well. Little design top for food and just to keep a small battery pack as well. You know, this is lovely. It's waterproof, it's small, it's the right size, it fits really well. I've actually just hammered this with a hose pipe with all my electronics in. And there's not a splash of water in there, so I'm really impressed with that. But yeah, that is the setup, guys. Nice and simple. The only other thing probably worth mentioning is I'm running the Ultegra pedals, which are just super light, really good, and they're just really easy to clip in. So yeah, that is everything I am taking to Corsica.